And look, I get it. I have become a name in this space, so people want to see me taken down. That makes sense to me. Everyone wants to see if the challenger that has been knocking people out can take on the champion.
Crack talking.
So I already had a low opinion of Birdman. He's the worst kind of YouTuber. It's one thing to be biased or an idiot, or dishonest, but to be all of those things while trying to pass himself off as the exact opposite, to sell himself as an impartial and non-political agent of truth and justice, and then to point to the anti-woke, like Drinker or Nerdrotic, and proclaim them as grifting racist scumbags, then back up those claims with the most biased, cherry and nitpick bullshit imaginable, while acting like a weak leftist pussy. The hypocrisy is just too much to take. If you want a short example, I made a video covering where Birdman clipped Charlie Kirk to make him look as bad as possible, completely outing him as a lying fraud. I'll put a title card at the end of the video if you want to watch it, but even despite this, I couldn't believe my eyes when watching his latest videos. I mean, my god. I can't believe Birdman, the man who complains endlessly about how the anti-woke produce nothing but slop, griftery bullshit with zero substance. Then this dumb shit has the temerity, the goal, to make a 15-minute video that spends the majority of the time going over a single comment. The most low-effort, cherry-picked bullshit. I mean, this is a joke, right? Unfortunately, it's not, but it's still funny. So let's get into it. And if you want full context, watch his video. Although, don't get mad at me for not being able to get back your 15 minutes.
Oh, I'd only waste them anyway.
Friends of the channel, Eric Debunks, High CHD, and Otterly Noah were recently called out on EFAP. I don't know what the correct parlance is. Fapped? Jerked off? I don't know. Point is, those three creators got an EFAP video made about them, specifically about their responses to the Critical Drinker Predator Badlands video, and I saw Eric's quick response to their video where he makes the point that EFAP seems to have left out a very specific YouTuber who calls out the Critical Drinker and one who just so happens to also have a response to Drinker's Predator Badlands video.
And the last thing I want to address is the lack of a reaction to the Birdman's video, where the Birdman shares almost every single opinion that I have, maybe Noah's as well, but for sure my opinions on the Critical Drinker's content. He goes in and he absolutely demolishes and destroys Critical Drinker. We all took our swings. He swung really big and they're ignoring it. And the reason why they're doing that, and this is a big red flag here, is because the Birdman has more than double the amount of subscribers they have, and his video has 111,000 views in 5 days. Even though we share all of those things, you ignored his video because you can't punch down. You need your viewers to believe that it's a bunch of fringe channels, smaller channels, going after Critical Drinker that don't know what they're talking about. The minute you talk about a channel larger than you, with more views on their videos than you have, saying the same things that we're saying, then it's not the content that we're providing that is the issue here. It's that it's us saying it. That's the issue.
What? What the fuck? I thought Birdman had more subs than him. So how would he be punching down? Do I need to explain the difference between up and down? Is your friend that slow? I thought you were unbiased. Yet when your friends say something stupid or make a mistake, you completely ignore it. And when someone you don't like makes a mistake, you highlight and ridicule them. Maybe I should send you a dictionary with the word bias bookmarked. But anyway, back to the white guy who thinks gauges in his ears and women's glasses is a good look. We don't believe in that commie punching up or down bullshit. But your reasoning is just stupid. Not to mention weak, as if it matters who's making the argument. Second, you're kind of telling on yourself. I mean, aren't you all the ones that say the anti-woke are just repeating the same shit? All the same talking points? And yet you literally admit you have all the same points. Also, his friends' videos are absolute trash. EFAP completely and rightly ridiculed and tore apart their worthless slop they excreted. And I highly recommend you watch it. Now I could get into why I think Drinker and Mahler doesn't talk about Birdman. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. They know that Birdman loves the attention. So why would Drinker give him what he wants? Some will say so he can own the Birdman, when if you haven't been paying attention, the woke are fucking delusional. These are the same people trying to pretend the last 10 years haven't happened, trying to pretend that wokeness hasn't affected Hollywood at all, that Sydney Sweeney is a white supremacist, and still cannot define what a woman is. They're not changing their minds, so they're gonna believe, or want to believe whatever bird shit tells them, which again is ironic. At best he can change people's minds on the margins, which isn't enough. The juice just isn't worth the squeeze. Not to mention the there's practically a cottage industry of critical drinker videos, because as someone who's seen a lot of them, pretty much all of them are bad faith hit pieces.
This isn't necessarily my position, as I don't know what to think, but Eric is my guy, so I lean more towards giving him benefit of the doubt, as he hasn't steered me wrong yet.
Wait, what? So you make a video. This isn't live. You can take your time, and your take is, I don't know. What an intellectual powerhouse. Not to mention Mr. Unbiased says, despite not knowing what to think, I'm gonna side with this dipshit because he's his guy. Well, that certainly doesn't sound like you're unbiased.
So I decided to take a look-see, as I'd never watch EFAP, mainly because I have better things to do with my time, and these guys are notoriously long-winded. I am a content creator myself, after all.
Again, my god, the irony. So having not listened to it as a content creator, your immediate thought is they're long-winded. It feels like a content creator wouldn't immediately judge content before listening to it. And it depends on what they're covering, because it's relative. If they're breaking down a 2-hour movie, or several videos, it should take time.
But I wanted to see what Eric was talking about for myself, so I went to check the video, only to immediately get distracted by the comment section. Once again, for a video that isn't even about me, I seem to be the talk of the town.
Wow, did you not watch this recording or watch this part of the video and think this makes you look fucking dim for having the attention span of a fruit fly? And instead of watching the video, you immediately got distracted by comments. How incredibly narcissistic. Which, speaking of narcissistic...
And look, I get it. I have become a name in this space, so people want to see me taken down. That makes sense to me. Everyone wants to see if the challenger that has been knocking people out can take on the champion. It's compelling.
You're not a fucking champion. You're a fucking punchline to anyone with half a brain. Hell, a couple brain cells to rub together. And I know the seethers in the audience will say the same thing about Drinker. And at this point, there's no convincing these people. I mean, these are the same people glazing this utterly worthless Birdman video in the comments. So what should anyone expect? But at the very least, Drinker doesn't take himself this seriously. Or glaze or suck his own dick this much. It's fucking nauseating.
But it is annoying that in order to do that, people have to mischaracterize me and blatantly lie. Like this guy who says Birdman is EFAP's #1 hater.
Oh no, a random commenter you cherry-picked lied.
No! No!
He's a homo.
The response to that comment isn't any better. I mean, he says that I need Drinker and Mauler to get any traction on my videos. I literally have never made a video about Mauler. I don't even watch Mauler. The closest you could say is the short I made laughing at Drinker and Mauler's incorrect prediction that Superman wouldn't pass $600 million, but that was a short with no voiceover and was clipped from a larger video I'd made specifically about the Drinker, who was the target of the critique in that video. I mean, look at the title.
It's funny that he thinks this is an own, that he got a prediction wrong in a live stream. Even though it's funny looking up the box office on Google. Even the AI admitted Superman didn't make a profit in its theatrical run. Wow, Birdman, you really showed them.
As you can see, I don't give a shit about Mauler. He is irrelevant to me. Sure, he's cohorts with some of the worst people on the internet, but that doesn't make him a bad person necessarily. Could he be a piece of shit? Maybe, but I wouldn't know because I don't watch him. My goal is to cut the head off the snake, and right now, that's creators like Nerdrotic and The Critical Drinker.
Man, this guy can't even keep his own bullshit straight. He justifies not going after Mauler by saying he's focusing his attention on the head of the snake, which fine, but that's clearly not the case. You've gone after other creators, like Eric July, and has made multiple videos on him, and you've even said his channel is dying, which by your own logic you have no reason to go after him. So that either means you're lying or a grifter, or you're obsessed or jealous of him. Which is it?
You prove to people why they shouldn't watch these creators. That has a profound effect on those trying to be just like them. You can't grow tomatoes if the soil is salted.
Yeah, sure, I don't know if Mauler is a piece of shit. Then literally shows a picture of all the creators that apparently want to be like Drinker or Nerdrotic, which includes Mauler.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. His parents are probably idiots too.
And shoe on head for some reason. Also funny that Mauler apparently wants to be like Drinker or Nerdrotic, despite them starting out at roughly the same time, and clearly having a different style and format. It's almost like this guy's an idiot.
Anyway, here's another comment about someone wishing someone else owns me. Isn't it funny how these people won't pick up a microphone and do it themselves? I always find it interesting that people need someone else to do their dirty work for them.
And yes, it's called YouTube. Audiences want creators to cover things they're interested in. Is this your first time? Now, that doesn't mean you have to cover everything. Jesus, I can't believe I have to explain this to a grown-ass man.
Under that comment is a very obvious alt account. Let's call him Sparky, spreading the lie that my channel was dying a year ago. Well, let's fact check that claim.
And here is what I'm alluding to. From here, the next 9 minutes, I will remind you this is the majority of the video. He's chosen to completely ignore the EFAP video and cherry pick some person who got under his skin and desperately validate his channel to a stranger. So to recap, this video is 5 minutes of nothing. Just his butt buddy getting butthurt that his friend wasn't included, not having an opinion on that, being passive aggressive towards Mahler, huffing his own farts thinking he's taking down Drinker or Nerdrotic, then deciding to do his own research, then immediately getting distracted by someone who brought up his name, like a simpleton being distracted by shiny keys, then having a commenter live rent-free in his head so much, he has to dedicate 9 minutes to him, and not covering a fucking millisecond of the EFAP video. He and his audience are the ones that say the anti-woke are shallow morons. I mean, I haven't seen a cell phone like this since YMS, admitted to destroying his wrists in the comments of every video, merely showing the receipts of him being a degenerate freak. Then the cherry on top of the sundae is the lack of self-awareness to think that more videos, covering commenters living rent-free in his head, would make a great series, and more narcissistic bravado.
Anyway, perhaps this will be a new sub-series where I tackle the followers of Grifters. I've been mulling over this idea for a long time, what with Maulers and Drinkers subreddits showering me with love. These people spread lies about me because I tell the truth about the people they follow. Oh, and if EFAP does decide to respond to my Badlands video, or any of my videos for that matter, keep in mind what Dom told Sean when he said this ain't no 10-second race.
I got nothing but time.
If I wanted a joke, I'd follow you into the John and watch you take a leak.